Here we are back on the farm, ready for another episode of Griffin Indiana 19. I hope everyone's had a good week. Let's not muck around. We had a huge episode the last time around. And as you know, I do like to have a contract going while I'm working on my own fields. Field 11 across the road here is one of the last contracts left on day 2 cycle of harvest. A little bit tricky in the corner there. Let's accept this contract. I'm pretty sure it's still in the list. What do we got? Harvest contracts. Should be down the bottom, shouldn't it? There, oh, it's up there. Accept it. We won't have any help with it. Go for a run back across here. So I will be prepping my own fields today after the big harvest last episode, and I've grabbed the 40 here. Not sure if that'll work, but we'll sit him there so he's ready for auto unload. Got a creek down the side on this side. Not sure. Oh, it's the railway tracks down the back end as well, so I might need to keep an eye on that. New field. We used the Fent for... Oh no, we took soil samples last episode at the end of that harvest, so it'll need lime and fertilizer. Well, this is a fertilizer. This one at the back here must be the lime. Aha, they're both set up for fertilizer. Ah, because I was running fertilizer contracts. Alright. Alright, she'll eject out the right hand side if I unload it. lime. While that's happening, we'll jump into the shop, and I need a baling trailer. Beacon light, doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't cost anything. And an auto load, we'll buy that. So I do need to go and pick that up. So I hope you've all had a good week. I have. Had a day off on Monday, which gave me another long weekend, Easter weekend, and then last weekend. Work's been good. Family's all good. Keeping busy. This is the first time I've used this small bale trailer. This pack came out not long ago. I should post what it is on the screen for you so you know what I'm using. As usual, it's it'll be square. Yeah. L1 square to put it into operation mode. So these are 7,500 litre bales. So they're pretty heavy. Same weight as two standard size bales. Yeah, this little tractor, it's got a fair bit of horsepower. 195 horsepower with the engine upgrade. What do we got there? That's 13 bales. So as suspected, I do have a problem with just the way this is parked. It did unload for me, which is good. Oop. Go back this way. I'm going to interrupt him. Just going to do a headland across this way. Oh, that's the flag. It's pretty noisy. I do have the background sound, the environment sound on 10%, and I've got the vehicle sound on 10%. But all the vehicles I choose tend to be extremely noisy. Well, I thought he was going to go all the way then. So this is actually a cow barn that has a manure cell point in there. It's not a cow barn that you can actually use, but it definitely looks like one, and it sounds like there's cows in there. One of the many sound effects on this map, which I think makes it feel a little bit more alive than some maps. I also like the layout of the town, just driving backwards and forwards to the shop or to your sell points has a really realistic feel to it, more than some. Yeah, I really enjoy it. There's a bit of a farmer's market going on there. I was thinking of putting a couple of extra sell points in this top section here. Maybe there where the farmer's market is, or maybe over the back where the baseball field is. So I would like to get these sold and out of the way. I don't have any intention to have animals that require straw today, at least anyway. And I can always create some more later if I need them. 14 bales at 7.5 each. That's around about 100,000 litres, I'd guess. Yeah, 215s is 30, 60, 90, 105. Yeah, about 105,000 litres. There's a bale sell point down here at the barn. I'm not really too worried about what the sell price here is. I haven't sold here yet. This will be my first time. Let's have a quick look at the sell price of yeah, Buckley Farm. Yeah, Buckley Farm is buying straw at 158. So a L1 triangle to unload and L1 triangle to unload here. Yeah. And we scored 16,000. So it's really equivalent to 28 bales. Standard game. 16,000 extra on that little field. Looking for the street here. That looks like the animal dealer. And our harvester's making the run back. No crossing lights here, so it's a bit dangerous. Harvester's doing well. Workers seem to be working well on this map for me. I have no complaints. I don't always do like full-on headlands, but I really haven't had any trouble with them. I probably could have leased this trailer, but at what was that, $8,000, less than $8,000. I don't have a problem with buying it. We'll just sit it there underneath the tree. So I did have a warning that he's almost full, so I will deal with him shortly, him being the harvester. I'll leave that running. You'll probably switch it off. Let's not put it in the creek. There we go. Pretty sure he'll put his pipe out in a sec, so we better deal with him. Like I said, I think this is the last harvest that's on the map, other than a couple of tiny little ones that I'm not all that interested in. I did want to turn on the Ep10 screen, especially when I'm precision farming, just to make sure that I do have the auto set. It automatically sets the application rate so that the pH is perfect on the field. This will only take a minute. Did miss a couple of spots here. I'll just see if it wants to actually spray anything. If it's only a small spot like that, you can tell that it doesn't actually want to do anything with it. There we go. That was a little bit bigger, that one. couple of little spots here and there that it wants to clean up. That's fair enough. I did a bit of a lousy job on that one. I can definitely improve my lime spreading. Okay, we will put these away separately this time. So that one is lime. Let's have a quick look on the map. The nice thing about this field is that it's all loam. So it'll have a very high it'll have a very high yield bonus. Yeah. Okay, so that's recording how much lime I just used and how much the harvest was last time. It was 24.9 was the profit last time. So I have to check. The yield was around about 90-ish. The nitrogen is bad. The pH is good. And it's all loam. So I'll put the fertilizer away because I don't need it yet. So the question is what are we going to plant? What is he doing over there? Is he stuck on that fence? I just said that I didn't have any problems with the workers on this map. And I jinxed myself. He's got the header stuck on the fence. At the end of the week, there's nothing I enjoy more than turning this on and just having a total chill out session, doing some farming, sitting back and relaxing. Alright, so the planer is still sitting down at field 30, mainly because our farmyard is so small that we can't fit everything in it. So I still really need to use field 30 down here, some of the sheds, I think, for larger equipment. So this is a John Deere seeder that we purchased back at the beginning of the game. It is a bit of a pain to fill up. You do have to lift up the pallets up to the height of the seed tanks there at the back. I think the idea is that you're meant to climb up this ladder here to fill the seed, but it's got a massive tank on it. We're going to switch that over and run. We're going to run barley for a second time. It did have barley on it when we purchased it. I'll just line it up here. Alright, we'll turn her on and lower her. It doesn't look too bad. So it only seeds, it doesn't fertilize as well. And it would be better be using something that could liquid fertilize at the same time. But if I'm going to be doing big fields on this farm, I really need something with a big seed tank, and this mod came out around about the same week that I started on Griffin, Indiana, maybe the week before or something like that. It was only just came out, so I really wanted to try something new, and I didn't have any complaints when we used it on field 16 the first time, especially seeing I didn't have to refill it or anything like that. I could get the whole field done without any issues. So we obviously won't have a problem here with this small field. But I think if we go something a little larger later on, I might consider something with liquid tanks on it. We'll try this out with the worker. see if he has any issues with it. Harvester is full. This is quite a big field, actually. This wouldn't be a bad one to buy myself. And I do have a good amount of money in the bank that I should consider expanding. I did mention animals last episode. That's definitely an option, but I think I should look at field prices over here. 700,000 is way out of my league. Both of these could be an option. We discussed that before, and they're both very good quality fields, all loam. Our one is 50-50 loam, still a very good field. 13, 100% loam. That is a great field at 125%. What was this at 110? 50-50 as well, basically. 398,000. I can afford that right now, actually, and I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to grab it. I can afford it. It's a really good size field. I know it doesn't need ploughing because I think 17 is the one that really needs ploughing. That's right next to it. I do recall 13 didn't need it. What's our seeder doing over there? He's missing the edge, but that's expected, I guess. Is that overhanging? Yeah. Alright. Maybe he'll do another small unload there. So, precision farming means I don't have to do much fertilization. Not as much as base game. Lime is basically the same every second or third harvest. I just want to check this harvester out in the background and see if he actually does. No. For some reason I'm getting that all wrong on this field. The auto unload, that is. So I'm heading down 13 and get some soil samples on 12 o'clock, midday. Church bells are ringing. And a game of baseball is on. And this is the field we just purchased. I probably should turn my mini-map on. And soil sampling is unfold it and circle to lower it. No. Sorry, square is to take the sample. Okay. So it's a pain the first time you have to do it. And you kind of want to match up the edge of the circle on the edge of the field where the red is. So basically what I do is have the circle overhang the field to a certain degree, and then what I do is sort of match up the red to the green, basically, in the mini map I'm referring to. Yeah. So basically just run straight across until the green hits the edge of the red there. If I miss a tiny little piece on the edge, it's not the end of the world. But I do like to get a fairly accurate soil sample the first time round. Especially on these fields that are going to give me a great yield on them. One of the nice things about Griffin, Indiana is that ajFarmer has done a custom soil map which seems to have a lot less of the lower quality soils in them than what the base game map does. Oh, congratulations, mate. I put them right in the wrong spot for you, didn't I? Apologise. So let's drop this weed off. It's a nice mill. Send samples away. Grain tank is full again. We'll sort that out. I'm assuming that's on auto. I'll get an update in a second, won't I? That didn't look that great. Yeah. He is applying at the lowest rate because when I do contracts, I don't need to set it at a maximum flow rate. I can set it at the lowest flow rate, and get away with a fertilization state that doesn't use up a ton of fertilizer. So each time I come back to my own fields, I have to make sure that I have the automatic setting on. Yeah. It's okay. It's probably just as easy for me to do this than the worker. So I'll quickly punch this out I do need to turn around both of my big fields. The new field that I just purchased, which was field 13, and field 16 needs to be seeded. 13 needs lime and seed. So I'll get onto that next gaming session. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you'll be back for the next one. I'll catch you next time. See ya.